Suzyn Waldman, what's happening, kiddo? How you doing?
I'm great. I turn on and I'm listening, and you're talking football. I thought you'd still be screaming from last week about the Yankees and how they've been playing. I'm really glad to know you're talking about something else this morning.
And listen, I'll tell you something. I've been positive about the Yankees today. Let me ask you a question. Now,
Yeah.
and I know, I should say, I think that you listen to Sal and I on occasion. You put the station on once in a while, right? No. Oh, okay.
Yeah,
well,
right.
Right.
Well, yeah, I do.
Okay.
I'm just kidding.
Oh, I got you. I ask you that just to get to this next question, which is really the question. Do you think I'm unfair to the Yankees? Because I know that there's so many different ways to interpret where they are and what they need to do and how they played. I think I'm fairly balanced, but I don't know. Maybe in the eyes of some I'm not. You think I've been a little bit too nuts about this?
Well, no, I think you're perfect for what you're doing for a living. I mean,
There you go.
you're not the manager of the Yankees. You're doing a talk show.
That's right.
And you're talking to people who live and die with this. I have something for you, though, because and if you know this quote, you can't. I want to read you something, and I want to tell you. I want you to tell me which manager said this.
Oh, okay. I love it. Go ahead.
All right.
Yeah.
This is a quote.
Yeah.
This better be rock bottom as far as how we've been pitching, how we've been playing defense. I think the offense is starting to kind of tick up, which is good. But yeah, I think as far as the quality of the baseball, it's been a tough watch. What manager just said that?
Okay. Just said it. I was going to say Joe Torre in 2000 when they were playing terribly
No,
down the show. Okay.
yesterday.
Just said it. I don't know.
Yeah.
Who was it?
Dave Roberts.
Oh, yeah. Yes, you're right. He's right.
So anytime you think that the Yankees are alone in this, that's the manager of the Los Angeles Dodgers.
Yep. Point taken. Listen, I understand what you're saying. And one thing that I've said, Suzyn, a lot, right? And there's obviously varying degrees of urgencies and nuttiness from the fans. I get it. It's all over the full spectrum. It is what it is.
Yeah.
But one thing that I always say is, hey, if you're telling me that, you feel confident that the Yankees are going to win or they have this, I'm not saying that you're totally wrong, but I am more of a believer in tell me what my team, same with the Mets, tell me what the team has rather than what the other teams don't.
Right. I'm not going to sit here and tell you that I'm fully confident that they're going to start playing great baseball. Of course, I mean, you have to be an idiot. I'm watching. I do these games. I've seen every pitch of every game.
Yep.
You have to, but I do think that, and this is what fandom is. And I think everybody's going to understand this. I think things can be handled a little differently. I don't, I don't like this, boy, we lost 10-0, but isn't it a beautiful day kind of attitude. I don't like that. I mean, there are things wrong, and I know the Yankees think of them. I'll tell you right now, a lot of these rumors that you're hearing and seeing on the internet are pure garbage. I mean, pure garbage. They'll end up with a third baseman, but I think they're after bigger things. I think they need pitching, and I think that the staff here knows that. They need a third baseman. They need pitching desperately. That bullpen is on fumes.
Yes, it's rough
every single day. And I keep looking to see if Tim Hill's left arm is going to be longer than his right arm because he's up every single day. I mean, they need people, but and they've had scouts in Minnesota. They haven't decided whether they're going to sell yet or not. They've had scouts in Pittsburgh. The Minnesota one intrigues me because they've got great pitching. If they're going to give up on that closer and then maybe one of the starters, that's maybe you go there. But there's nothing out there. They haven't made offers to anybody. And when things happen, and Brian Cashman, he's going to do it at the last minute. Well, I'll be sitting here at 2 minutes to 6 on, if that's the time, on trade deadline, and that's when it happens.
Listen, he's very good at that. I've always said that.
Yep.
Whether it's Grisham, I mean, he's made some money moves. Whether Jazz Chisholm, money moves over the years. He's proved himself there. That's one of his greatest strengths to me. Putting together a bullpen, making a move when they need to. I think he's great at that. So I know that they're going to pounce. But here's the thing. We all know that they need multiple quality arms in the bullpen. He's going to do that. There is, in my opinion, there is no way they can enter October with that left side of the infield. There's no chance. They have to get a third baseman.
I don't think. They'll get a third baseman.
Okay.
But if you're going to get a third baseman, you better get one that defensively is better than what's already there.
I know. And Suarez stinks. I agree. I like McMahon. I think McMahon from the Rockies could be a decent fit.
Well, I don't know. He hits 203, and he's hitting in Colorado. I don't know. I mean, there are other people that if you get like a frontline starter from a team, do you put in Ahmad Rosario over there, a Willie Castro, if you can get a big starter and a big bullpen arm? I mean, that's what they got to think of. But by the way, don't forget, teams aren't sitting around saying, this is what we've got for sale. My guess is Suarez is going anyway, because I think that this is it for him in Arizona, and he's the contract. So he's going somewhere. The last rumor was he was going back to Seattle, but who knows? I don't think anybody knows yet what they're doing. And the GMs of all these other teams, I know the Yankees have scouts in Pittsburgh. They've got them in Minnesota. They've been in Minnesota and Pittsburgh a couple of times. Arizona. Brian Cashman leaves no stone unturned. And just because we're talking about 4 different people doesn't mean he's not talking about 10 we just don't know.
And 5 that we're not even thinking about.
And because a lot of these teams haven't decided yet whether they're in or they're out. There's another, 10 days? Another week? Another week.
7. I think it's 7.
So it's another week. So another week. Yeah. What if somebody goes on a winning streak and wins 6 in a row?
I hear you.
And all of a sudden they're the last wild card. Yeah. And wild card, even if it's the first round, that's money.
I know. Understood. It's changed this time of the year. There's no doubt. Suzyn Waldman, of course, great voice of the Yanks forever. She's with us here, BT and Sal. All right, so I want to jump around to a couple of things here, and you don't have to delve too deeply into these because I want to give you a couple names. Is Lombard untouchable, do you think?
Yes.
Is Jones untouchable?
I think Lombard is the only one that's really untouchable. But you don't know. Would you give Spencer Jones for Joe Ryan? In 5 minutes, you would do that.
Yeah. I mean, it's funny. I said I want to go through these names, but it's hard not to because there's so much meat on the bone. The only thing that worries me about, number one, Jones looks great at AAA. That's obvious. But, they're not going to resign Goldschmidt next year. Grisham could leave. Bellinger could leave. I'm not hurt.
But I think you're going too far away. I mean, we're still in July of this year.
No,
you got to get through this year. Here's the thing about Spencer Jones, and I understand that everybody is talking about the strikeouts and everything. Well, he's not striking out now.
Nope.
And someone else came up here and struck out 30% of the time, and his name is Aaron Judge. And now they say he's the best hitter in baseball. And I think the mistake is when we think that what we see at AA or AAA is what you're going to see after a couple of years in the big leagues. Nobody made more errors at shortstop in the minor leagues than Derek Jeter.
56.
And he came up here, and that didn't happen.
Yep.
But you do get to grow up in this world. George Lombard is 19 years old. I mean, give them a minute. It's just,
I'm still waiting to grow up, though.
When they get here, you don't expect. I think everybody expects you to be a finished product. Nobody is a finished product. Perfect example. Cam Schlittler is not a finished product. Do you see the talent there?
I like him.
Do you see what you saw last night?
Yeah.
He's a tough kid. He hadn't pitched in 10 days. No wonder people are saying, "Oh, he walks people." He walks people. He hadn't pitched in 10 days. He'd walk people too.
Obviously, if we don't think, and I tend to agree, I don't think Jones is untouchable, but I'd like to keep him. They have to really like Ben Rice. I mean, I don't know how much you dive into the deeper analytical stuff. I do, and I don't want to really talk. It's kind of nerdy on the air. It's hard to do. Everything's amazing from a hitting perspective. This kid's got to play every day.
Well, he's not going to play.
I don't like that.
Here's the thing. Here's the whole thing. You've got too many people that need to play every day. In a perfect world, you would find out about Jason Dominguez by putting him out there every single day. You can't, because there's a guy named Bellinger who's out there who can play anywhere, and he should play every day, as far as I'm concerned, because he's amazing. But look at it. Look at the team. What team do you know has 3 catchers on the roster, all of them left-handed?
I don't know.
And the roster needs to be fixed a little bit, and I think they know that. And you got the left-handed first baseman. Ben Rice is okay at first base. He's not Goldschmidt, but I don't think that do you worry about do we get through this year first with an eye on next year, or do we think about who's leaving next year?
That's a tough balance to strike. I don't. What do you think they're thinking? I know what I'm thinking. What do you think they're thinking?
I think they're thinking both of it.
That's a tough thing to straddle. Yeah. I'm not saying you can't straddle it. Yeah.
Well, but you can for now. Right now, this roster, it doesn't have a really good left side of the infield. You have to fix that. I'm sorry. You can't. You got three people. You paid $1 billion for Max Fried. You got Stroman, who's a ground ball pitcher. Will Warren hits mostly to contact, and you've got a left side of the infield that can't make plays. That doesn't make sense to me. Even in a money point of view, you've got to have a third baseman. You've got to have a left side of the infield. When you've got left-handed guys who throw ground balls to the left side, you got to have people that can then pick it there. That's the whole thing, because so it doesn't work. It's not that they make errors. It's that they're not built for what I think is on this staff. Mark Leiter's another example. Mm-hmm. He's a ground ball pitcher. When fork he gives ball. Up hits, they go through the left side.
Yep, fork ball. Listen, you're nailing it. Yep.
But it's those kinds of things that you have to fix. And I know the results. I know that people are on Mark Leiter. A lot of it is not him. If there's people that can play the defense, that someone like that's who he is. He doesn't strike people out or give up fly balls.
He doesn't.
He hits them to the left side of the infield.
You're right.
But that's just an example.
Yep. No, I got you.
Max Fried is the most glaring. That's what he does. He's a contact hitter. He has, that's why, you see him striking out a lot now, people. But he hits, when they hit his pitches, they go to the left side.
No doubt. Suzyn, I remember saying that over the winter. Just look at his profile. He's going to throw the ball in at the ankles. He's going to cut into a righty, and he's going to bang that ball into third. That's why I was kind of intrigued with Arenado. I know he doesn't hit the way he used to. I know the contract. I know all that. But he can pick it. I think that don't think that they've just decided in the last 2 months that they need a left field, a third baseman. They've been trying. I think the Yankees thought they could get by with this group, and it was supposed to be Cabrera. Right? Yeah. Don't forget, he's not here. And then they had hoped. There was a lot of hoping going on, I think. And I don't think that anybody thought, when I first saw Oswald Peraza, I thought he was going to be really, really good. Me too.
And he has regressed for a lot of reasons. There's a lot of reasons that go behind that. But that being said, they're not just starting to look for a third baseman yesterday. Mm-hmm. This has been going on, but everybody knows
for 15 years. It feels like 15 years since A-Rod, basically.
It's hard to match that one. If you look around, and I keep seeing pictures of that infield, A-Rod and Jeter and Cano. I mean, my goodness, doesn't get any better than that. No. But there's got to be a happy medium in between Alex Rodriguez and Scott Brocious and what's going out there now.
I got you.
Yeah, somebody's got to be in the middle of that, and there's got to be somebody that's in there somewhere.
I got a name for you that probably you're one of the only people that will remember. It can't be Len Cicada, though. Does that ring a bell?
No, it can't. Yes, of course not Cicada. Remember, it mostly was Baltimore, though.
Yes, 100%. No doubt.
Yep.
All right, so
someone will be here. I will make a Brian Cashman is really good at what he does. Someone will be there at third base that is different than what's there now.
They better be. I believe it. I agree with you. I know he's going to get somebody. He has to. All right, you've got
guys. You've got something to talk about every single day. Right?
I love it. I mean, eventually, I'd like to get on the air one day and say, "Hey, the Yankees just got an awesome third baseman," and I think that we'll be able to do that. But I want to ask you about Volpe. It's not the same because the Mets did this with Alvarez for a catcher. It's much more urgent. I think that his defensive mechanics were just broken. I think that Volpe's more in his head, although now his mechanics are breaking as well. Would they ever send him down? I mean, what's the next step?
Okay, here's my question for you. Before I answer that, who would play there?
I hear you. I know. That's what I say. I would not send him down, but a lot of people say they should.
Well, but I think people think that going down is a magic bullet to get your head straight. You gotta think of who the person is too. He's been here 3 years. He's not a rookie.
Yeah.
And I think but I think more importantly is who are you going to put there?
Well, I mean, I don't.
That's what.
I know.
This is tough to watch for everybody, and I'm sure it's worse for Anthony Volpe. But this is tough to watch, and you wonder if, and they'll deny it, of course. You wonder if the offense. A lot of people can't stop taking their offense into the field. Gary Sanchez couldn't do it.
Nope.
He couldn't separate offense and defense. When he went badly defensively, that's when he started striking out. Or the other way around. I don't know whether it's the chicken or the egg. And I don't know, I haven't delved that much into Anthony Volpe's psyche to see if that's it. There's got to be something in there because not everybody can separate. Not everybody. You know who did it perfectly? Jorge Posada did it perfectly. Because all the years that we heard about, his, wasn't a great catcher, he wasn't yada, yada, yada. They sure liked it when he hit a 3-run homer in the bottom of the seventh.
Hit a lot of them, too. Yeah.
But he never, he could separate. Judge separates. I think really good players do, and I think that's something. I'm not saying that's Volpe. I'm just kind of wondering.
Yeah.
And if that's true, it doesn't make any difference whether he's here or in Scranton.
Well,
I don't think they would do that because there's nobody there.
Yeah, they're not going to send him down. Yeah, they're batted him ninth, so there's not Little League. There's no 10th or 11th slot, so he's about as low as you can get now. But I agree, they're not going to send him down. But here's the thing with Volpe, specific to him. And others have gone, whether it's Salim Bazili with the Mets back in the day or some others that stayed locally. Like, there's just a different magnet on you. And, like, when I was in the stadium, when Volpe hit the Grand Slam in the World Series, the cheer was for the Yankees, but the depth of the cheer was also, hey, he's one of us. So when it's good, it's better. Yep. When it's bad, it's worse. It's
exactly right. You're exactly right. And a couple of home runs the other day, maybe that stopped it a little bit. But to me, and, he is going to hit you 20 home runs, but is he that kind of hitter?
No, shouldn't be.
Is it, if you're down in ninth, it's nice if he runs into one, but that shouldn't be the crux of what he does. But, but maybe they think differently, I guess. Mm-hmm. But I think the main thing I don't think it does any good to send him down at this point. And my question is, who plays shortstop?
I don't disagree with really either one of those. All right. So are they worried? How worried? How much are they holding the breath? Max Fried and the blister tonight?
Well, Max Fried's not holding his breath, so if they are, I don't know. I mean, Max Fried says he's fine, and I expect he knows that he's had it 4 times in his career, so he knows himself better than anybody. And it's been a couple of weeks, right? He hasn't pitched since Saturday, before the All-Star game.
Correct. It's been since then. Yep, right. He's good. Yep.
No, he says he's fine. This should be an interesting Bassett and Fried between them. They've got 30 different pitches. It's going to be really interesting. Mm-hmm. He should be fine. If he looks at his hands, then we'll know that we're wrong. But it seems to be fine. He says it's all healed.
What about Louis Hill?
They really need him.
Well, they need him, and they need Louis Hill. When is Louis Hill coming back?
Oh, he's got one. What's today? Is today Wednesday?
Wednesday.
Okay, he's pitching today and tonight, and I don't know, Scranton or Somerset, whichever one. And then they're going to decide whether he can come back or he needs one more. Mm-hmm. Usually he threw 57 pitches last time. I hear he was really good. And, don't look at results there. You look at speed and where he's hitting.
Yep, I agree.
And if because there's no adrenaline when you're pitching at Somerset. They try, but you can't.
Yeah.
And so he'll either be back next time around or he'll have one more.
Okay.
Because if he gets to 75, do you bring him back then, which they do a lot, or do you give him one more just to make sure?
Yeah, and Boone was talking about that like 2 weeks ago. He's like, listen, our decision's going to be, do we stretch him out up here or do we just stretch him out there for one more? So that's basically what you just said, and that'll be good news here. I was thinking about this. Can't prove it. I'll throw it by you. You've seen them all. Obviously, put Jeter aside. Although I do want to get back to Jeter with old-timers in a second, but I watch Bellinger play, and I go back and forth between like a more athletic Paul O'Neill, however you want to frame it. He's awesome. There's nothing that he doesn't do well. And I am of the opinion, all right, Alex, but, that was a little tainted, whatever. Like, Bellinger, maybe in the last 25, I don't know anybody that's done everything well like he does on a baseball field in a long time for the Yankees.
I think you're right. And because of he'll do anything. He has no fear. You want to put me in left field? Okay. I'll go there. Doesn't matter. Want to put me at first base? But he's good everywhere. He's just got this. There's something about him. There's no fear, and there's nothing he thinks he can't do. It's not an arrogant thing. He's delightful. I mean, he's okay. I'll do this. It'll be great.
Yeah. Yeah.
He hasn't played a lot of left field. He's been center and right and first base with the Dodgers. He's really good. But he's one of those athletes. He's now, I don't know if you remember his dad. Clay played everywhere.
No, I remember, of course. Absolutely.
He didn't hit like that.
No.
He didn't hit like that, but he could play anywhere. You weren't embarrassed to put him anyplace. So there's that kind of athlete, but he is, a line drive hitter that hits home runs. Like O'Neill. That's the O'Neill comparison. Also, he's tall and lanky like O'Neill.
He is. There's no way now. Listen, Boris and contracts and opt-outs. Like he just looks like he's got to be a Yankee for the next 5 years. Suzyn, he has to.
Well, I would. But by the way, I must tell you, and I don't know if somebody's agent would get mad. I've never seen anybody so happy to be a Yankee in my life as Cody Bellinger.
Yeah.
He's just from his father, the whole thing, and when he walked in, I belong here. Yeah, and he has proven, except for when he had the back problem and then the food poisoning and tried to play through it all, he's been terrific. Everything about him.
Yeah, and the other night when Boone decided to sit him, which I thought was ridiculous, maybe what do you sit him for the first game?
Well, here's the thing, and this is what Aaron has a problem. You've got 4 outfielders for 3 spots, and then if you put him at first base, you don't get to play Goldschmidt. Mm-hmm. So somebody sits. Also, that was, I think, that he was, who was the pitcher?
Gosman. Bad numbers against Gosman.
He was 2 for 18.
I know. So what?
But that's what happens when you've got, people that you want to play every day. People say, Jason Dominguez, to me, is incomplete because he doesn't play all the time. So I don't know if we know if he's really going to be good or not.
I agree.
But somebody's got to sit all the time. And he got to play a lot because when Grisham got hurt with the groin and didn't play for a while, then you had him out there. But he's got to play. But they do need a day off. The other thing is that Anthony Volpe plays every single day.
Sit him. I've said that too. Give him a rest. And don't forget about the minors. Give him a night off.
Who's gonna play there?
It doesn't matter. He's gonna be better than Volpe is right now. Right?
Yeah. Well,
I mean, and I love the kid. I defend him.
Well, we all love the kid. It's got to be awful for him to go through. Yeah. This is, and you're right about it because he's from here, so it's worse. But he's trying to learn. I'll tell you, we were talking about people who could play through noise. No one has done this more in this town than Giancarlo Stanton. And he is the one to watch with this because now he's turned it around, and you can see how, 5 years of this he took.
I know.
With him when he struck out and stuff, but you have to play through it. And you have to play through it, and you have to be. Not everyone can do it immediately.
So we're talking to Suzyn Waldman. Going to wind it down here, but I got to finish it up with this. Of course, BT and Sound on the Fan. I got the press release, read it on the air the other day. A lot of great names, and I like that. And I've told you before when we've had you on. I like when you do the Q&A. I think it's cool. I think it's unique. We want to see the players on the field.
Absolutely.
Yeah,
Absolutely.
I mean that's what I grew up with. That's what we grew up with. Can you now, unless there's like a confirmation, how in the world is Derek Jeter not there to celebrate the 2000 Subway Series championship? Like, I know that we react to a lot of stupid stuff in sports radio. That legitimately bothers me, and I think that should bother the fans. How is the captain not there?
Because it's his daughter's birthday, and they're having a big party for her.
Oh, well, there you go. All right, then I give him a pass. That's simple.
That's the other thing that people don't. I mean, I asked, too, when I was told about it a couple of weeks ago. I said, where's Derek? And I was told, well, it's his daughter's birthday.
All right, I mean, you couldn't have the you could have the birthday party on a different day?
It depends. Well, it's not her birthday. I don't know. It's like.
But you know what I'm saying.
I know
it's the captain.
But I asked why he wasn't going to be there, so I must have cared. Yeah, and it's just I don't know. I don't have to balance that kind of stuff. Yeah. At this point, he's 25 years removed from it, and it's his daughter's birthday, and maybe he doesn't want to go home and have his daughter crying. I don't know. I don't think it has anything to do with that he didn't want to play a game. I don't think that at all. I just think it's when somebody said it's his daughter's birthday and he's staying with her. And
I'm going to believe him. I'm going to. I always preface it with if he's got something going on, then and that's the first I've heard about the birthday. So I get it, but it is a little convenient. A couple of years, they're back on the field, and now Derek doesn't want to play ball. Like it, I don't know.
Do you think they moved his daughter's birthday?
Hey, listen. Come on.
I know. You're always looking for other reasons underneath. Maybe it really is that simple.
Maybe. No, I'm going to leave that open. All right. What did I have anything else for you?
I'm sure he's going to have a message on the board.
Of course he is.
All that and stuff.
Ain't the same.
I'm disappointed too. I loved that year. That was one of my favorite years of all time.
Beat the Mets. How could you not?
Well, but it was started early. I remember Bobby Valentine saying to me the during the Subway Series, I'll see you in October.
Wow.
And I said, you think so? You think so? And he said, yeah, I do.
Yeah, I like Bobby V, too. That was just a fun period. Now, there's no Goose. Is Goose completely out of the Yankees? Is like he forever in the Yankee dog? Goose is always talking smack. So Goose is not...
I would think that might be finished here, yeah.
And Nettles is back.
One good thing, Nettles back.
Yes.
And I'm really glad to see that.
When was the last time Nettles was back? It's been a long time.
It's been years.
How many?
It's been years, and I don't know the reason, but maybe this is like maybe now he'll get a monument in Monument Park, which he should.
I agree.
Nettles should be out there. Where's Catfish Hunter? He should be out there.
Yeah. Running out of space here.
But that's there's never out of space. You move a wall.
Running out of numbers, I guess, is what I'm saying. Running out of numbers. All right there, Suzyn. Generous with your time. I appreciate it. We appreciate it. I think we basically hit everything. Volpe, Fried, Bellinger, Jeter, old-timers, Booney, everything. Until the next controversy.
Until the next controversy, which, you could start in 5 minutes if you want.
Well, I mean, listen, if you ever feel...
you don't have a lot of time left. You only have another half hour?
Hey, I could start controversy in 30 seconds if I wanted to. Now, by the way, you could start something. If I know you're off the All-Star break, but, if you need a little break, I could jump back in for you, fill in. If you feel tired down the stretch, of course.
Oh, okay. Thank you. I'll keep that in mind. I'll give you one of those games when we are playing in Texas and get in at 5 o'clock in the morning and play the next day, which is a Friday. So we had a lot of those.
I'll take a Somerset game at this point.
Well, there you can go. I'll make a phone call. You can go in anytime. Go sit in with Steve Cusimano. He probably love that.
They got their announcers. I don't want to get in their way. Thank you very much,
His name
Suzyn.
is Steve Cusimano. He's terrific. He gives us all kinds of things. Go sit and have fun with him.
Maybe I will. All right. Thank you, Suzyn.
Okay, Brandon. Bye-bye.